A group of cyclists took the province to court today to make sure this keeps happening, arguing against plans to remove the Bloor, Yonge, and University bike lanes, a plan the province says is needed to improve car traffic, something its opponents say it knows won't happen, according to internal ministry documents made public in court today.
Their documents were entirely consistent, in our view, with the case that we were putting forward, which was that removal of protected bike lanes, these protected bike lanes, is going to result in a very significant increase in collisions and injuries as a result. And as much as the province says otherwise, that's not what their documents say. It's not what their expert says.
Cycle Toronto, including the nonprofit's executive director, who was injured in an unprotected bike lane, is leading the challenge against the plan, saying it violates people's right to life by making roads more dangerous for cyclists, and saying it's an arbitrary decision that won't improve congestion. That legal challenge will be heard in full on April 16th, but the province has said work to remove the bike lanes could start later this month. So today, the cyclists were in court arguing for an injunction to ensure that no work happens until their challenge gets its day in court. And it was a popular hearing, with so many people in attendance today that they had to open an overflow room for people to watch the proceedings.
I think what we're seeing in there's a lot of public interest in this. And even, in terms of this idea of a silent majority, we did have a provincial election recently, and the MPP out in Etobicoke Lakeshore, who based a lot of her campaign on removing the bike lanes on Bloor, she lost.
The lawyer for the province argued an injunction shouldn't be granted because the entire challenge will eventually be dismissed, saying the charter doesn't provide a right to services from the government, and that in the scope of the charter, issues raised by cyclists, like their daily commutes becoming longer, are trivial, while disputing evidence that removing bike lanes makes people less safe. He says the government will present evidence arguing its side, but that will come during the hearing on the merits of the application. Now it's up to a judge alone to make a decision on the injunction application that was heard today, though when that decision will come isn't exactly clear. Lane Harrison, CBC News, Toronto.